Neill, welcome back to Raith TV. How are you?
Very good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. It's the Scottish Cup weekend, can't wait for it.
Right.
Just a quick touch on last week then, one of the questions I wanted to ask you was, how do you as a manager deal with preparing the boys all week to the point where you're on the bus and you're 5 minutes away to then the game not going ahead?
Probably the same as a lot of fans that not happy. It's the part of football that you can't control that ruins your weekend, because you prepare, you're looking forward to it, you're on your way, and then just, as I say, cancelled. I do feel mostly for the fans, because I think it's just they should be the first thought in these moments. I think it could have been handled a lot better, and it wasn't. But we have to just, it comes back to what can you control. We couldn't really do an awful lot with it other than just head back, because obviously the roads, we had players coming from different spots and having their own difficulties. I'm sure that many fans experienced that were heading to Hamilton. So it's one of those where you have to grin and bear it and just think, well, you can't do a lot about the weather. Normally we're really adaptable, can we train, but in those circumstances last week we just had to just put it down to something that we can control and get back in Monday ready to go again.
Yeah, I was going to say, your scheduling for the week, you're very meticulous in how you build your training up and things so that everybody's ready for a Saturday to go out there and for 90 minutes. So I take it was just a weekend off and back in Monday morning. Yeah,
as I say, we are straight away talking about what can we do, because the players are building up to a crescendo, we hope. Every week on Saturday we want to get out and do something, but as I say, it was impossible last week mostly because of the travel. And even then coming back, having to try and clear the pitch, it just wasn't conducive night. You've got to wait up. Players had the weekend off, and then we get back in Monday and prepare, start all over again, and hopefully the weather stays away for tomorrow.
Perfect opportunity for some of the boys to get the Christmas decorations up in the house over the weekend, maybe.
It took me 5 hours to go home,
When you look ahead then, with the Scottish Cup, we've got the challenge of Linlithgow Rose away from home. We've been there a few times over the last 3 or 4 seasons, but it's still going to be a challenge, albeit they're not in the same leagues as ourselves. How do you set up? Do you set up a little bit differently with the Cup in mind, or is it just business as usual?
You prepare and give Linlithgow the utmost respect by preparing exactly the same as you would for everyone. But the thing is, it's not just about the process to prepare, it's the mentality to go. And it was great. I was able to attend the 30th anniversary for the League Cup, but that was just a great reminder of where did these cup runs start, in the first division at the time, and maybe not in the best run of form. Before you know it, one after the other, you tick off and end up with one of the biggest moments in the club's history, and reminding the players of that we've got to go and take care of Linlithgow and win that game, and who knows where it might take us. So I think that's what you've got to approach the cup like, and be aware of the pitfalls and the traps, and try and be prepared to guard against all those.
I mean, from your own point of view as a player looking back, were there any significant cup memories that you had through the Scottish Cup and the FA Cup?
Yeah, my cup record was absolutely terrible for many years. You just reminded me that I got knocked out at Starks Park. Following year got knocked out at Gretna quite heavily, and England wasn't much better, and then we ended up getting to the FA Cup semi-final in very similar circumstances to just described. We went to Cambridge in the first round, we were top in non-league. At Sheffield United at the time, we were languishing in League One. We won that game, and quite quickly before knocked off a couple of Premier League teams, and ended up in the semi-final of the FA Cup as a League One team. So thankfully I managed to have a couple of good moments, but I really enjoy cup competitions because I know how much they mean to the fans, whether it's an opportunity to play a team higher up at Stars Park, but I just think we all have that hope that we can make it special.
Absolutely. From when you were a player, we spoke to you in Murray earlier as well, and the magic of the Scottish Cup, it's a time where you can get that opportunity to get your name in the hat, you get the bigger draws. It comes with a whole load of different things like television, big trips to places like Celtic Park or Ibrox or Hampden as well. As a manager and a player, do you look at it differently personally as well? Do you see it as you get excited about the Scottish Cup?
Yeah, I think I look at it just like I did as a fan. I think as a fan you're always quite excited about the Scottish Cup. It's something different, even like going to Linlithgow, different challenge, something different. So no different to probably you and every other Rovers fan. Just excited to see where it might go. Who knows? you just got to try and make sure you're in the hat each round, and along the way create some good moments. So I'm as excited as anyone.
With the challenge of Linlithgow Rose, then it's maybe a bit trickier to try and get some information and data on them and things like that. But how have you guys prepared this week that might be a little bit different to normal?
No, again, it's not really any differently. We've been able to scout them. We've been able to get a couple of their games, so we've watched them. We've attended one of their games as well, which is always good. I actually played with their manager, funny enough, back at Dunbar, and not that'll help anyway. But something in common there. I think again, it's about no different to any other opponent. What's their strengths? What's their weaknesses? What do we need to do well? And let's go down and make sure it happens. And equally recognise that it's about being in the next round.
Well, fingers crossed. All the very best to everyone. Here's hoping we're in the hat for the next round. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.